What's up, everybody? What's up? Welcome to today's video. We're heading over to the Mazda store today, and we're going to be taking a look at the colors of the Mazda CX5. I've seen a lot of comments on some of my Mazda CX5 videos talking about color. I think one person had mentioned on there that he was having a hard time finding the colors of the CX5s even on Mazda's website, which seems a little bit odd to me. You know, you would think that they would definitely have that easily found. But anyways, what we're gonna do, we're gonna go out there and we're gonna actually film these cars and check the colors out ourselves right here today. So this will be fun. You'll see the colors of the new Mazda CX5, and we'll also maybe take a look at some other stuff. So stay tuned, everybody. Let's have a good day. Let's get the day started out right. All right, everybody. So to start out the color video on this beautiful December day in 2017, we're gonna go ahead and start out with that color right back there. That is Sonic Silver Metallic. Let's go ahead and switch the camera off of me and take a look at this vehicle right now. You know, I've always said there's nothing wrong with a silver car, right? You know, it's a popular color. Just about every car brand and every model comes with silver. And yeah, no exception to Mazda, right? So the CX5 definitely does look good in the Sonic Silver Metallic. And some of the reasons why I like this color on this car is because, as you can see in the front there with the chrome, it looks nice, it flows. You know, you got the black on the grille, the headlights, the wheels, everything really kind of flows nicely color-wise with the Sonic Silver. Not a whole lot of contrast going on, you know, from a super bright white to a gray on your fender flares and all that. Anyways, that's Sonic Silver. Let's move forward and let's take a look at this one over here. That is Eternal Blue Metallic. Now, what's kind of unique about this color here? Well, first off, from what I've learned, it's only available in the United States of America. Supposedly, Canadian versions of the CX5 do not come with Eternal Blue Metallic. So I'm sorry for you, Canadians. That is a really pretty color. And again, Mazda does a great job with the metallics. You know, with today being a beautiful December day and the sun's out, not a whole lot of cloud coverage, you can really see those metallics and all in the paint right there, you know, kind of stand out. So that's a nice color. And again, it's good for y'all to be able to really look at these colors and see what they're all about, because a lot of y'all watching right now are most likely, you know, shopping for a CX5 and really want to make sure you make the right decision. So there's blue and silver right next to each other, looking good. Let's see if we can find another color here today. Now here's a popular color, and actually one of my most favorite colors is the Soul Red Crystal Metallic on the CX5. It looks good. I like red cars, so that's why I'm a little partial to this. And you know, one of my cars that I had back in the day that I really loved so much was a Acura Integra GSR, and I had it repainted with House of Colors candy. It was like a maroon color, and now that I think about it, it's been a long time. I forgot the name of this candy maroon color that I put on my car, but it looked really pretty. So that color on there, the Soul Red Crystal Metallic, kind of reminds me of the Acura Integra that I loved so much back in the day when I was in my early 20s. So anyways, let's take a look at the front of the car and really check it out. You know, and again, definitely looks good. And with all the metallics in this color, they really do stand out a lot. Let's see if we can kind of get a closer look at them. There we go. Again, it's pretty early in the morning right now, so the dew is still on the cars. But the Grand Touring looks really good with the Soul Red and the 19-inch alloy wheels. Not bad at all. Let's get a look at the rear end on it. There you go. Another reason why I like this color on the car is the taillights. They flow nicely with the exterior paint. Also down on the bottom here, those reflector lights look good. Just looks really nice on the Mazda CX5. And like I commented to a person that sent me a message on YouTube yesterday, I said, you know, the Mazda CX5 probably would look good in about any color, even yellow. I don't think you're going to see a Mazda CX5 in yellow unless it's a custom car at a car show. But one thing I will tell you, some of the colors on the CX5 you won't be able to get on the CX9 and vice versa. Let's get a little shot of the colors there. And let's move down. Let's take a look at the whites and the blacks and all that good stuff. I will always tell you that color is an important part of buying a vehicle. It really is. You know, if a car manufacturer has a nice car, but the colors don't really go too well with it, that makes a decision for you to say, okay, am I going to buy this car or not? You know, people buy vehicles that they like. That's right. You know, they say people a lot of times buy cars and own and drive cars that kind of remind them of themselves, right? They say, okay, that guy or that girl kind of looks like she matches or he matches up with that car, right? The pretty blonde riding in the white BMW convertible, right? Or however you want to say it. Anyways, or the good-looking guy driving the Mazda CX5. You know, that kind of things. Now, sometimes we don't get to pick the vehicles that we want to drive, right? If we're a little bit younger, a lot of times our parents buy us a car, or it's been a passed down car, our brother or sister had that car, and we're just grateful enough to be able to have a car to get around the city and get to work or go to school and things like that. So a lot of times we don't get to pick our own cars. But in some cases, some kids, I've seen it happen many a times at the car stores, their parents bring them. They've done a good job. They graduated high school. They're going off to college. They got good grades. And their parents buy them a car of their choice that fits in the budget their parents think they should have. And then there's some kids out there that get that brand new Mercedes-Benz ML350 and they're rocking and rolling, right? Whatever it is, wherever you live, color is always important. Let's go ahead and take a look at the white on the CX5 and let me figure out what the name is. It could be Snow White, right? I don't know. Let's see. Let's have a look at this one. It is Snowflake White Metallic. Pretty nice color on the CX5. It is. Snowflake. Yeah. And again, this is one of those colors. It's got a lot of metallics in it. Looks good when the sun's hitting it just right. And let's go ahead and see if we can get a shot of that. I can see some metallics already with my eye. Right there. Look at that. Wow. Isn't that pretty? I mean, you can see all that flake in there, or metallic, however you want to call it. Looks really nice on the Snowflake White. And again, you know, white's, they say a winning color. When you see race cars in white, that's like, oh, it's winning. But it also looks good with the dark contrast of the gunmetal kind of gray wheels with the fender flares in black and the red taillights and all that. Again, white does look nice on the CX5. Let's move around and take a look at the front. Also, white always looks good with tinted windows. The grille looks good. It definitely makes the car look a little bit larger, right? That's a plus with a white color. You know, that's almost like your bedroom in your house. You go and, you know, if you had a dark color for a room and then you painted it white, you're like, wow, it really opened up this room and made it stand out so much more. Also, a little information on white vehicles. I've heard that white cars will also lower your insurance premiums. Have you ever wondered why work vehicles and vans and work trucks and all that are usually made in white? Well, first off, they're the safest color on the road. I mean, a white car is easily to be seen day or night. So think about it. With the insurance companies out there, a safe, bright color, that might make your insurance premiums a little bit lower. So if you know that fact to be true about insurance premiums with white cars, let me know in the comments section. I've been told that several times, and I've talked about that several times over the last few years. But anyway, so that's always a plus. So a white car is supposedly the safest color to own, and that's why work vehicles a lot of times are white. But that's what's nice about this. It's not just your plain old white. It's got a lot of great metallics in it, and it really makes it stand out just that much more. All right, let's go ahead and move down and take a look at a darker color, kind of a gray. All right, this one is called Machine Gray Metallic. Some people don't want a black car, don't want a red. They want a kind of an earth tone color, and that's what you kind of have here with Machine Gray Metallic. Now, here's a benefit of owning a gray or darker colored gray car. Cleanliness. It always seems these colors like this, these earth tone colors, they always seem to, even if they're a little bit dirty after driving for a few days or a week, that they don't show as much dirt on them. And so I've had customers tell me that when I was a car salesman. You know, I worked over at Acura and Audi. They said, I want the gray. And I'm like, why do you want gray? And they said, well, it just looks cleaner when it's not clean, if that makes any sense. Also, machine gray metallic on the CX5 does definitely look good with all the dark colored trim on the car, the grille, the wheels. I mean, it really does look nice. It does have metallic in it as well, as you can see right in there. So it's a really pretty color. Let's take a look at the rear of the machine gray metallic CX5. Again, there's all those nice metallics in there. And again, the gray definitely does look good, like I said earlier, with the dark colors and the reds on the taillights and all that. And that one seems to be all-wheel drive, 19-inch wheels. It's pretty fully loaded out. So that's machine gray metallic. Now, I know there's another gray that Mazda makes. I'm not sure if it's on a CX5. I thought it was called sterling gray metallic. We'll see in just a minute. I think I see one over there. But anyway, sterling gray is, I think, a little bit lighter shade of machine gray. A lot of different grays in the color code there, huh? Anyways, let's go ahead and keep looking. All right, so I did not see a sterling gray metallic as I was walking through, but I'll definitely see what I can find out about that. Let's go ahead and move on and take a look at jet black mica. Now, what you're going to notice with the jet black mica, well, first off, it's black. Okay, so everything matches up from the tinted windows to the dark wheels to the dark fender flares and all of that, and the dark grille. But also, jet black mica has some nice metallics in the paint. Let's have a look and see for ourselves. Let's find a spot where it's got the sun hitting it just right. It's usually right up in this area here. I do apologize for some of the dust on the cars, but you know. Can you see the metallics in there? Looks like some blues and reds and ambers and things like that. Let's get a look at the rear. All right, zoom in right there. There you go. There you go. Now you can see all those pretty metallics coming out. You'd wonder, man, how do they get all those different color metallics in there and still the car, when you get back off of it, is black? Well, I guess there's a nice black base coat on there to do that. Anyways, I'm no paint expert, but let me know in the comments section if you're a paint expert on how they mix these colors up to make them look so pretty like that. Jet black mica looks good. You know, I've always said you can't go wrong with a black car, right? There's another one right over there. I mean, black always looks good, but there's a big B-U-T in this. If you're going to buy a black car, make sure you keep your black car clean, right? Again, black is one of those colors where if you don't take care of your paint on a black car, it can start looking really bad quickly, okay? And, you know, scratches and rock chips and all those types of things on a black car seem to show up a lot more. If you get a little ding on a car or a wave in the paint or anything like that on the car, it shows up really well with black. Okay, a white car, not as much. Here's a quick little story. I owned a Ford Probe GT. Okay, had a Ford Probe GT when I was, again, in my early 20s in the car show world, and we did body work on this Ford Probe. Back then, we used to shave the door handles off and put these little actuators in the door there, and you could walk up to the car, hit a button, and the door would just kind of pop open. You put your finger in there, open the door, okay? When you shave door panels on cars, you got to tack weld a piece of sheet metal where the door handle was at. You know, we shaved the body side molding right off the car so it looked nice and clean, like you can see on this black one here. You know, no body side molding down the side. So we shaved all that stuff off the car. It was a lot of work and a lot of body work, a lot of Bondo, and all that kind of stuff going on, right? Well, you know what? That was my first time doing that, so I wasn't the best body man in the world, and I sat there for hours one day just blocking out and sanding and blocking and just smoothing out the side of that car. And let me tell you, my friend said, Chad, what color are you going to paint this car? And I said, well, we're going to paint it bright yellow. Yellow. That's right. So we painted it yellow, and the reason on painting it yellow was to hide some of the imperfections in my bodywork when it came to waves and things like that in the paint. So that's where I'm going at here, folks. Bright colors will hide scratches, dents, dings, and things like that a lot quicker than a dark colored car or even a maroon or a burgundy color like that. So anyways, black's good, but definitely make sure you keep it clean, because when it's clean, black looks sleek and sporty. All right, let's see what else we can find. Now let's take a look at a darker shade of blue. We looked at eternal blue metallic earlier. Now we're looking at deep blue mica, I think it is. Something like that, deep blue. Anyways, kind of a dark color blue, almost a black. Very nice color, and I actually do like this color. Looks good with a tan interior like we have on that one right there. There's one with a black ebony interior. There's one with a tan interior. Again, black and tan has always been a nice color combination. Black on black's nice too, but then the dark blue and tan just looks a little more classier to me. All right, let's take a look and see what the metallics look like in this one. As you can see, lots of different colors. You got some, looks like some gold in there, things like that. Okay, so let's make sure we got the color name correct. Let's walk over. Again, a nice looking color though, not bad at all. It is called Deep Crystal Blue Mica. Deep Crystal Blue Mica. So again, that's pretty nice that you can get two different blues with the Mazda CX5. Now, again, I have heard that the Canadian version, like I said earlier, didn't have that eternal blue, or maybe it's this color blue. I'm not exactly sure. I had a guy comment online and sent me an email talking about that, but he didn't really say if it was a darker shade of blue or the lighter shade of blue. But anyways, pretty cool, right? We got two different color blues in the United States of America to pick from. So Mazda is definitely giving you a lot of choices for color combinations on your CX5. Now, I don't see any other different colors out here right now, just for some basic information. You know, we have a ton of CX5s on the lot, but right now I'm not seeing a whole lot of different ones. Again, that Soul Red looks good with that kind of a parchment colored interior. Actually, yes, Soul Red Crystal Metallic. I think Mazda even has two different shades of black. They have the black we talked about earlier, and then they have one called Tuxedo Black Metallic. Okay, I'm not seeing the Tuxedo Black. And again, I'm not seeing the Sterling Gray, but we'll definitely go on Mazda's website and have a look for ourselves. And if I see any different colors out here today, I'll definitely add them into the video. Here's the two different blues sitting right next to each other, in case you wanted to see that for a comparison. And again, you know, like I will tell you, you know, going online to Mazda's website or even your car store's website in your town, you know, if you're looking at colors on the websites of vehicles that are just kind of like computer generated type pictures, not real pictures or not real videos like we're looking at now, it's really hard to get a good understanding of the color that you'll like. So that's why I think this video will be definitely informative for some of y'all picking colors out there. You know, also being in the store and going through that little color swatch booklet or whatnot, or however I'm saying that, those books in the car stores or the brochures you take home. Again, those little color things in there, like if you go to Home Depot and get a little sample and all that, again, still makes it a little difficult. You got to be able to see it on the car, right? So again, that's why I think this is helpful. But there's both your blues, your darker color shade of blue and your lighter color shade of blue right there. If you're interested in blues, you get a shot of the rear. There you go. Oh, that's a good shot there because you can really see those colors with the sun hitting them. And we'll kind of pan down and look at all the other ones. There you go. All right, that's about it for today, folks. If I did not tap on a color or show you a color on a car today that you're interested in, and Mazda does have it available, you know, off the website or something like that, I do apologize, but I'm showing you basically what I have on ground here, okay? I can't travel 100 miles away to another Mazda store. There's only one Mazda dealership in Charleston, which is a city of 700,000 plus people. And anyways, so, and that's one thing to let you know, most of the time when you're shopping for a Mazda, there's usually about one store per city, unless you live in like Atlanta or New York or some major metropolitan city, then you might have two Mazda stores. But here in Charleston, we just have one. I can tell a lot of people out there that are watching right now, if you live in Charleston, maybe you live in Mount Pleasant, West Ashley, or Somerville, don't not buy a car from us because we're here in North Charleston on Ashley Phosphate Road, okay? I mean, Mazda is a great brand. It's well worth driving the extra 15-20 minutes to get up here and take a look at these cars. You may be thinking to yourself, maintenance, I don't want to have to drive to North Charleston on Ashley Phosphate Road to get my car maintenance. Well, first off, oil changes aren't going to be but every 7,000 to 10,000 miles, something like that. So, I mean, unless you're driving a whole lot, a lot of miles every day, then yeah, you may be coming in for intervals on oil changes a lot quicker. But again, you're not going to be here all the time. And who's to say you can't take your car somewhere else to get an oil change, right? You can, but I always recommend coming to the Mazda store to get your maintenance done. Get the Mazda techs. They're certified to work on your cars and all that. It's a better experience. You get to be at the Mazda dealership. It feels good. So if you live in Charleston and you don't live in North Charleston, don't hesitate, man. Come on up here to Stokes Mazda. Take a look at these cars. We really do got a great brand, and we love to sell you a car and see you driving in a beautiful Mazda today. Thanks again. Have a great day, and maybe we'll do some more reviews later on with colors on different Mazda models. Let me know in the comment section if you'd like to see that. Later.